Popularity. What is it made of? How does a person get to be popular with lots of people and have a few close friends too? Let's watch and see. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, no our friendship ceases from now on. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, no our friendship ceases from now on.
Hey everybody, welcome to another OSP and Chill. And before we get into any other news, we have breaking news. Morgan and Raul are together.
Not yet.
They're in touch. Whoa, put my hands away. Welcome to another laid back episode of Odd Shape Channel, panel. Sorry, I'm too good at marketing. We're going to discuss some recent news. Most recently, I don't know if you've heard, but San Diego Comic-Con just went down. And we have a bunch to talk about, like a lot. But this is a Q&A, so I did want to address some of the questions that we had sent to us, especially since some of those people are in the room. And before we start, let's say hello to those people. We have Joe and Ashley, Randall, Tom Zambino, I said that right. Eric Ossenmacher, Billy, Jonathan Peck, and our good, still local, even though we're not in his area code anymore, friend, the Bear Mongolia himself, Matt. So, all right, so first question. Kimber has no idea what these are.
I don't.
So, our good friend Tom Zambino.
I know that guy.
Yeah. He asked us, with more and more companies pulling out of Comic-Con or not making huge announcements, what can San Diego Comic-Con do to stay relevant?
I mean, they're still pretty relevant to me. That's where you get all the trailers. They have, like, exclusive toys, all that jazz.
What he's addressing is no longer are we getting the Marvel trailers really anymore from SDCC. We're not getting Star Wars anymore because these other conventions are. They seem to have embraced Warner Brothers, though.
We're still getting Warner Brothers. We're still getting a lot of the TV channels, Netflix for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's still a lot there. It's still like an exciting time. And what did we watch? 20 trailers today?
We watched a lot of trailers today.
So, I think it's still good.
All right. Two more before we get jumping into trailer talk. Our good friend Ashley, who was just here last week.
I know her too.
And luckily enough, we didn't complain during the last stream. I wasn't even on camera. But our air conditioning went out right as the stream started. So it's 110 degrees outside right now, or it was at least. So it's good that it's back on. So thank you to the best maintenance man in the world, Wilmer. He knows.
Shout out to Wilmer.
Shout out to Wilmer. All right. Ashley asks, what are you most excited about that was shown at Comic-Con?
Lots of things. I mean, we're going to talk about them individually.
Yeah, I think the two I came away with being the most hyped on was Godzilla, King of Monsters, and Shazam, which anyone who knows me.
I mean, that Good Omens little reel
there was
thing
a nice little
they
featurette,
did was really exciting to me, as well as a lot of the exclusive merch is what like really gets me excited because I'm a toy collector. So when I see all the exclusives there, I get pumped about things I'm never going to get to buy. So that's excited to me.
All right, I'm just making sure I address the chat so you guys feel like they're talking about other conventions that had companies pulled out, like the Detroit Auto Show as well as E3. So interesting. I don't know. I feel like everything's just going to be its own convention eventually.
We're going to talk about those trailers.
We will get through the trailers, yes. All right, one more before we get
Janine.
Oh, hi. Jonathan Peck at jpeck1098 on Twitter. We also want to address things that are currently coming out, not just things way off into the future. But Mission Impossible Fallout, cool, is coming out this weekend. And there it is. And besides any franchise, what was the best Tom Cruise performance and movie? And I think I know what you're going to say.
I'm going to say Interview with the Vampire. Straight up. What do you think I was going to say?
Well, explain.
It's Interview with the Vampire. When you watch Interview with the Vampire, you're looking at Lestat and not Tom Cruise. This is like the least Tom Cruise-y performance he ever gave, other than maybe Tropic Thunder. I love his performance as Lestat. Obviously, we've seen other people try to play that character, and they're never gonna stand up to Billy, you're killing me.
Yeah.
They're never gonna stand up to what he did in that performance because he was completely amazing. Like,
I mean, compare Queen to Dan.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Anne Rice herself said that she did not agree with the casting, but when she saw the movie, she was completely blown away with how she was just looking at her character, like, brought to life. Easily his best performance, in my opinion. That movie is gorgeous on Netflix, and there's no excuse that you haven't seen it. It's, like, as a goth kid, it meant a great deal to me, for sure. I remember being in, like, 8th grade and performing scenes from Interview with a Vampire. It's truly iconic and a movie that's aged like a fine wine. What about you?
I went in a completely different direction. I agree with Geek to My Nerd. It's Tropic Thunder. I forget the guy's name, but he was the producer, and he was like
Les Grossman.
Less gross. He was more gross, ironically. But the part where he's like, "Where's the best grip?" And the guy's like, "Punch him in the face." Brilliant. I think that's one of his best roles. But I saw people talk about Collateral on Twitter.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
He didn't play Les Claypool. Les Grossman.
I didn't say Les.
No, Tom Zambino did. That's one of Tom's favorite people, Les Claypool. I'd like to see Tom Cruise play Les Claypool. I'd watch that for a second.
I wouldn't.
Why? He did so good.
No, I would watch it for a second.
When he doesn't do the Tom Cruise shit that he's always doing, he's really good. So.
He's always Tom Cruise. The only role he's not Tom Cruise is Les Grossman.
And Lestat.
And Lestat, I guess. He's still.
He didn't listen to anything.
He's being Tom Cruise. He's looking immortal. What was the thing with Cocoon you were telling me about? No, never mind. Walter. It doesn't matter. Tom Cruise is old. All right. Now it's time to get into another thing. What's the thing we're gonna talk about? It's this thing. All right, so the song needs some work. But now it's time for trailer talk.
It's a solid pun from Billy. Less serious work. Okay, let's do the trailers because this is going to be a long one.
Here we go. All right. I'm going to go this in no particular order. Titans. The Teen Titans trailer for the DC exclusive channel dropped. I hated it.
Some edgelord.
Yeah, no, it's teen edgelords for sure. The whole fuck Batman thing. See, I'm so upset about it. Dick Grayson would never say that about Bruce Wayne. I know in the context it's like, you should be worrying about me. Don't worry about Batman. But that's not how it comes across, and that's not how everyone's quoting it. And Dick Grayson would never say that. I don't like how they're all different ages. Starfire doesn't bother me, except she shoots actual fire out of her hands when we all know it's supposed to be green energy bolts. Beast Boy is just a boy the entire time. He never goes beast in the trailer, which is a missed opportunity. They spent way too much time on Raven. I don't know, man. I don't like it. Next.
No one else likes it in the comments either. They're all saying that he's acting like other.
He's acting like
incarnations of
Jason
Robin.
Todd, who,
Yeah.
as we all know, is my preferred Robin. But they
I
made me
like
that.
Dick because Dick is the one who's the least dickish.
No, he says fuck Batman.
No,
now.
he does not say this.
He says fuck Batman.
No.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. I don't know what that is.
Aquaman. And before we go into Aquaman, our good friend Mkach200, Eric Monroe, he asks us, do we agree with Aquaman when he says redheads? Gotta love them.
You know how I feel about that. I love a good redhead. Redheads are beautiful, kissed by fire.
I mean, if we're talking specifically about Eric Monroe, then yes.
Especially Eric Monroe.
But what'd you think of the trailer?
I'm not incredibly stoked. The thing about Jason Momoa is he is beautiful to look upon. He's not even my type, but there's something like in the caveman part of my brain
too.
That when you see that dude, yes, I'm pretty sure that 90% of the world, male or female, would definitely make out with this guy. He's a beautiful man. But they should not let him talk. This is why he works as Khal Drogo, because he is not speaking English. Dothraki becomes him. It's much better. I do not think that he is a very good actor. That being said, the trailer did have some moments that I appreciated. I like that Black Manta looks like Black Manta.
Yes.
There was some cool stuff. I do like his like Maui Polynesian war cry that he does now all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because he was my favorite part of Justice League. I liked him a lot, but having a whole movie around him seems a little weird. And when he's doing that war cry in that one scene where he's falling out of the helicopter, it just made me think of Goofy. I would go, ooh, and I'm not trying to like make fun of the war cry because I really like it. I think it's really cool. But like, it doesn't need to be everywhere.
I don't know. Like I said,
There's
I like him. I just don't think he's a very good actor.
There's a meme going out right now, and it's Scooby and the gang.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, let's see who, and it says this plot instead of the ghost or whatever it really is, and it takes off the mask that is Aquaman, and it's Black Panther because it's like taking your seat back and like all like that.
I liked the aquarium scene at the beginning cool. When he's like younger. I appreciated that, but a lot of the special effects are like giving me like a low budget Avatar vibe or something, and I'm not really like, my concern is about 1, the acting, and 2, is this going to age well? But it did have its moments, and I'll probably watch it, and that's pretty much it for me on that one.
Janine saying the story is pretty generic. Billy says if SpongeBob doesn't make an appearance, he'll be disappointed. Young Aquaman, it makes sense because the kid looks just like
He's
Aquaman.
Got a lot of kids too, so
there's plenty of casting.
Him and his gorgeous wife, tons of spawn.
I mean, they did show him in multiple ages. Because remember on the beach too, he's younger and he catches the trident.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're all his kids.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who is exciting to me. I know there are a lot of haters, but I do not give one literal fuck about what any of them have to say. I've been excited about this since day one. It's a bit preposterous to me that we have never before had a female doctor. She's great, and she's charming, and she reminds me of like a really early on, whimsical, lighthearted Matt Smith before they got really serious with him and kind of killed everything I liked about his doctor. This has me really excited. The teaser was a little strange, and I understand people's complaints about it, but the trailer itself really excited me. And man, like I'll be damned if I didn't have like a tear in my eye, because just as a female Doctor Who fan, this is very exciting for me to see what she's going to do with it. I like Chris Chibnall. I'm excited that he like brought this woman over from Broadchurch with him, which is like such a bummer show. Like, I like Broadchurch, but it's a downer, and it's amazing to see him bringing such like levity to this and making it so lighthearted and charming. I'm really excited about her. How about you?
All of the above. I'm also really excited to have a diverse, multiple person companion group.
Mm-hmm.
And that she just wants to be friends with them. Like, no, like, I need to figure out why this girl is a leaf on time. I don't know if you remember that. Clara.
Oh yeah, she's the worst.
It just feels like she just wants to have fun, and I mean, girl doctors do just want to have fun.
My biggest thing people are complaining about her, I'm mostly just like, when did the doctor go get all these ear piercings? Like, I don't care that the doctor is a lady. Just when did
I want to see
go to a piercing shop and get these done?
Aquaman's dad is also Moana's dad. They are related.
Her sonic screwdriver has had some controversy. I thought that's what you were gonna say. When I saw it, I thought it was uncannily vibrator shaped, and apparently that is not only my conclusion, because I did see an article on Facebook about fans being concerned that her Sonic does in fact look like a sex toy. So that's a thing.
I mean,
next trailer.
That's marketable though.
It is.
So I was gonna say, speaking of that, but you cut to the vibrator thing. But before that, we were talking about Doctor Who. We still are. But you have a series on our channel with a lovely Nolan Dean.
I do a show called Space Time Rewind with Nolan. I might try to get together with him to do another top 5 list soon, preferably villains, and or just talk about this trailer and the teaser. So I'm gonna get in touch with him. We're both just super busy, but I will try my best to figure something out with him and do another episode of that soon.
Well, he wasn't too busy to send us a question.
Oh yeah?
And he asked us about Shazam. In honor of Shazam's quote, if you could have any one superpower, what would it be?
Healing factor. No doubt. I am the clumsiest and most fragile human that has ever existed.
They call her Mrs. Glass.
I hate glass, and we'll get to that. But that's me, yeah. I'm just always like hurt or sick or stiff in the bones. So I would love a healing factor. I think anyone who doesn't pick that is a fool. What would you pick?
That? No. Okay. So it depends if there's other people with superpowers.
Okay.
Are there other people with superpowers?
Yes.
Then
But not like a bajillion. Like, it's superhero rules.
I will be a mimic. Peter Petrelli, that shit. What?
Cheap.
What do you mean cheap?
You're cheap.
It's a power set. Or I would want All for One. I'm kidding. That's the bad guy version. It's One for All. I want One for All.
What's the next trailer?
Shazam.
Ready to have your mind blown, Billy? We both love this. We love this so much.
I said to everyone, Shazam's going to be the one.
We loved it when we saw his costume before. And this is absolutely what we wanted. Full blown. I have zero complaints about this. I hope this movie is exactly what they're presenting to us with the trailer. It was really fun and refreshing and exciting, and this dude is doing a great job of giving us exactly what his character is, which is a boy, you know?
Immature, but not like silly. Well,
it was silly,
but not like asinine.
Yes, but this made me giggle. I was smiling the whole time. We watched it more than once, and yeah, I'm here for it. I love Shazam so far. Like, I'm excited about this one. The costume looks great. Like, it's what's up.
I would like to address Eric Ostemacher and say I agree with you. I was also all in with Shazam. People in the chat seem pretty thrilled about it. Geeks My Nerd says, dude, I'm so amped for Shazam.
Yes.
And what's cool is that...
Is this some sort of dream? I'm hearing this correctly, right? Billy said, yes, you're hearing this. We're both very excited about this one. That goes on my list of like top things I'm excited about from SDCC. This was great. Like, it may be ridiculous, but I like to go to the movies and have fun. That's why I've always liked the Guardians of the Galaxies and the Thor Ragnaroks, and this fills the bill of like, I'm going to go to this movie and I'm going to have a great time. It's not a downer. Like, it looks like the movie is well lit and I can see what's going on. Which some of the other movies in DC have had that particular problem. They're a little messy looking. This one looks really clean, and it looks like a real superhero movie, and they're not trying too hard to be, like, grim about shit. Like, it's just a fun comic book movie. Exactly what it should be. Can you imagine how disappointing it would be if they tried to do this movie under the vibe of their previous stuff? Like, it totally would not have worked. This was a great choice for them, and it's going to bring a hero that not as many people know. And I think it's going to make Shazam a very popular character.
Jonathan Peck asked for it. It's time for Godzilla.
I liked this one.
Yeah. I am hyped. Hello, Eric Monroe.
There's our favorite Ginge.
You gotta love him.
Who, Eric?
Yeah,
Toads.
Redheads.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the thing because we already did this question. So one of the coolest things, I'll have to preface this by I have not yet seen Skull Island. I will, probably before I see this, but I haven't yet. The last Godzilla movie that came out with Bryan Cranston, I fell asleep 3 times during. And I love Godzilla.
With Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, exactly. I was up for that one. So I'm excited. Not only is it cool because they kind of make them fit into common mythology.
Yeah, like
by
the
calling
Titans
them
thing.
exactly.
Yeah, that was cool.
I really enjoy that.
Mothra was gorgeous.
They
I loved
were-
that, like coming out of the water and the wings are just opening up and it's like a wave and then it's like dope.
Rhydon was cool.
Yeah, I liked this. I'm not like a super huge fan of kaiju movies in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but this was how you do this. Like, this is dope.
I grew up on the old like Godzilla movies. Like every summer
Like
when
the
I went
Matthew
out.
Broderick one.
No. Well, I knew when that came out that was garbage. And I like the ones with men in suits kicking over paper mache buildings. But yeah, seeing all of the different, famous monsters. I didn't see Mechagodzilla. I think they might be waiting for that for the sequel. It looks like if something goes out of control, and it looks like there's a human villain, which is interesting.
And their Godzilla looks like a Godzilla again. Like, I liked the iconic shape of the little back spikes and everything. This looks like the Godzilla that I remember. I don't like when they try to over update Godzilla or over polish it because it stops looking like Godzilla to me. But I liked this.
Yes, Godzuki was cute. I agree. If that, I wasn't sure if that was Godzuki or the turtle one, but Mechanic Godzilla versus Robot Kong. Mechagodzilla, yeah. All right. Well, that kind of, since we're talking about the monsters in the chat.
And of course, if you have favorites of what we're talking about, don't forget about that because that's exactly what the calls are for. To talk about what you want to talk about.
So, Billy actually asked us, "Who's your favorite Godzilla monster?"
In this trailer, the Mothra is my favorite. That shit's sweet. I hope people want to get cool Mothra tattoos after this movie. But like I said, I'm not the world's biggest Godzilla fan, so.
You gotta go with the king, baby. King Kong. Oh, subverted that.
Oh yeah, fucking Tywin Lannister with the king line was very distracting.
Which he's apparently, like I said, I haven't seen Kong, but they say the only way it makes sense in the timeline, if they're trying to figure out who Charles Dance's character is that he's the older Tom Hiddleston character. So that's cool. But I also remember watching a cartoon when I was younger. It was Godzilla and Godzuki.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the theme song?
No.
Godzilla and Godzuki. It seems like Matt really doesn't like Godzuki, so. Arrow. He's in prison. Black Lightning. I didn't watch season 1. The thing is, I've never liked Black Lightning as a character. He's kind of boring. But I've heard alright things. Eric Ostenmarker likes it. It's apparently more about his daughters and stuff, but still, the trailer didn't really.
It didn't sell to me either.
And then they got onto like a God trip, like God gave us these, and I was automatically like, God, it's science gave you these powers. You literally just explained that. Fantastic Beasts looks really cool. Everything except for Johnny Depp.
Yeah. It's a shame that Johnny Depp is in this movie and has such a big part of it, because I think this one looks better than the first one was.
Mm-hmm, I agree.
This trailer again made me smile and made me really look forward to it coming out, and I liked the casting on young Newt, and it looks really beautiful and fun, but I just don't stop putting Johnny Depp in movies, man, for so many reasons.
He showed up at Comic-Con during the thing in character.
I don't care. I don't care, man.
Alita Battle Angel. I really want to see this still.
Yeah, that's all you.
It's cool because I feel like it's kind of like a old enough anime that people aren't going to be super critical on it. Not like Ghost in the Shell, which it is older, but it's not as new as anything like Yu-Gi-Oh, which I don't think they're going to be making a movie of anytime soon. Although casting that would be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. It looks cool.
Even Joe just thinks it looks fun.
That's why I'm saying it looks cool. I'm not expecting the most fantastic story, but I think some of the fight scenes are pretty interesting.
We gotta roll through these quicker.
I'm sorry, it's a lot. We can't even see.
You can't see it. It's a lot.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Meh.
Get Constantine made thing.
Next.
They did a thing and it's magic now. Krypton. So
Next.
hold on, no. I haven't watched season 1, but from the trailer, it's like they go back in time to ensure that Superman gets shot off the planet or something. I don't know. Legacies was the most painstaking trailer I had to watch today. You remember that one?
Yeah, I don't even know why that's on the list to talk about.
Because these are all things that dropped during Comic-Con. Roswell, New Mexico, which is apparently a reboot of
Roswell,
which I kind of liked. It was all right. Glass. I'm excited. He's not. But I'm excited. He's not. Stand Against Evil dropped another trailer for IFC. Supergirl trailer looked all right. The Dragon Prince, from the makers of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Hey, Mormo, how's it going? That's Mormo's new channel, Horror Cache. Be sure to click it and subscribe if you haven't already. So, it's about a dragon and a prince, from what I understand. They didn't really go into plot, just a lot of... And they were doing this weird, cel-shaded slow animation, which I don't know if I'm a huge fan of, but it's not for me, probably.
The Purge, they're doing a thing. Next. We have 50 to go through. Okay, The Purge is doing a 10-part series. It looks pretty much like Purge stuff.
On USA. Invader Zim is coming back.
That's exciting. I have a lot of friends who are excited about that. I was never the hugest Invader Zim fan, but I know a dozen people who have Invader Zim tattoos. This was a very huge deal, as well as Roman Dirge's other work, like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and Lenore. I've sold endless of this merch when I worked at Hot Topic, and I think that this is really nostalgic for people who were teens at the same time as I was. I know you're excited about that one.
Yeah. I am. I got to catch up on season 2, but the season 3 trailer of Preacher dropped, and that looked interesting.
Yeah, we like Preacher.
Good Omens featurette came out. That was really cool just to see the cast excited about working with Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, we didn't get a real trailer yet, but we got to see more of their costumes and some of the sets and stuff, and I'm incredibly excited about this just to see footage of Neil Gaiman sitting there and almost co-directing this is this is going to be so much better.
Yeah. Especially since the last Neil Gaiman thing
was disappointing.
Joe from Geeks and My Nerd just brought up Voltron. Apparently it's embracing LGBTQ. I haven't watched the show, so I don't know which characters you are talking about, but that's cool. Their trailer did drop also during the weekend, and it looks cool. Apparently, everyone thinks they're dead. Vikings dropped a new trailer for anyone interested in that show. It's on the History Channel, which is weird.
It's like knockoff Game of Thrones.
Star Trek Discovery Season 2 trailer for Netflix dropped. That looks interesting. It has Commander Pike taking control over the USS Discovery because it's a weird situation going on. We got a new Walking Dead trailer. Everyone's mad at Rick again. I thought this was one of the cooler trailers. I've never watched Fear the Walking Dead, but like there was a storm during the trailer and it was just tossing zombies around, and I thought that was fun.
Eric Monroe's talking about that Predator poster with the skulls. I thought that was cool as shit too.
Yeah, that was cool. Young Justice Outsiders cut together a really interesting recap role from season 2, and then gave us the season 3 trailer. It's very interesting. A lot of new faces, a lot of old faces showing back up. I'm really excited, and what I'm more excited about is hearing Eric Ossemacher talk about the new season when it comes out. He talked about seasons 1 through 2, and you should check out his channel if you haven't yet. It's in the featured channels thing.
Whichever side.
One of them. It's a good thing we don't tell people where emergency exits are.
Yeah,
right. We got a Stranger Things teaser. They're all in a new mall. We don't see any of the characters except for Steve at the end. Ahoy! But there's a theory that this mall might be where Hawkins' lab used to be, so some weird things are happening.
I just like that it's a mall in general. That's very of that time period for horror, pretty iconic, theme. So I think it could be really cool.
Yeah. How much you want to bet there's going to be a mall scene in Wonder Woman 1984?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Probably, right? It's just we're seeing the next wave of nostalgia come, which is fine. But Mallrats did it first.
Supernatural gave us a cool trailer, one of our favorite trailers that we watched, because it was an awesome recap of a lot of the stuff we saw last season and some of the stuff we saw even before that. And then just a little taste of what they're going to be doing with season 14. And I don't know if it was the song or just the way this was cut together. Something is feeling like they're winding down to me. And it made me a little sad, to be honest. It kind of felt like final, they're moving towards finishing up that show. And obviously people like you who have been watching from the very beginning, that's when they do end Supernatural, that's an end of an era type shit. We're
gonna have to find a new city to move
season to. 14 of a show that has 22 episodes per season. It's crazy, but I'm still excited about Supernatural. I think that next season's going to be good, and that trailer got me pumped.
All right. The Gifted season 2. I haven't watched any season 1. Devin Coulson told me season 1's good, so I should check it out. I saw Polaris. She's the only mutant I really recognized, and apparently they're doing some. Everyone doesn't like mutants, so it's as things. Things are going as usual. Venture Brothers, new season. The trailer looks fun.
My brother will be pumped about that.
I have to catch up. I don't know. It really depends how they structure it. I'm sorry. I was reading in the chat.
Eric.
Yeah.
Yes. You need to start at the 9th Doctor. It's the 2005 season. That's where I would recommend people starting. They might give you some sort of new vibe, because sometimes they do that. Arguably, you could start at when the 11th Doctor comes in, because they kind of reboot it then slightly too. But I would recommend starting from the 9th Doctor, because that's where New Who begins. And if you don't watch that stuff, you're gonna miss tons of references and why shit's important, and really that's the heart of the show. So I would recommend starting there, and even though you get a lot of corny bits and some episodes that are hard to get through in his first season, it's worth it. And the show won't be the same. You won't appreciate it as much unless you start from that spot.
All right, and the last trailer we watched, we were really charmed with, and I'm really excited for, Disenchanted.
Yes.
From creator of Futurama and The Simpsons.
Matt Groening. And this looks fun. I had heard about the show before and I had seen some artwork from the show, but I did not realize that it was a female lead. And she seems like a bit of a fuck up, which is something that I appreciate a lot. She's not just this like perfect character. She's very flawed, and like she even like fell out a window and her ass was hanging out and stuff, but not in a crass way, just in like a funny, clumsy way. But this had some cute dialogue. I obviously am a big fan of like the fantasy theming, and I'm a huge fan of both Futurama and most of The Simpsons. So
this definitely feels more Futurama.
It does feel more Futurama. So I'm really like looking forward to seeing where this goes because I want very badly for this to be good.
And they're not at all scared about parodying other franchises or anything. The first 5 seconds, you see a bit with a sword or a throne of swords.
Yeah, and a ring technically.
Oh yeah, there you go. So yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. And I'm excited. I'm really excited.
This is one of the ones I like clapped for at the end of that trailer.
All right, so that's the end of trailer talk. There was a lot of to go through, but I
think maybe we should take a caller before we go any farther.
Take a caller. Well,
they've been waiting 45 minutes to call in.
Well, first up would be Billy. Billy, you want to talk trailers?
I know that guy does.
Because we're going to try to split everybody up between each segment. This way, we can get through everyone and stuff.
I think at the end we should have them remember the 2 subjects I was talking about.
Talk about? Excuse me.
For the next episode,
yep.
Potentially. Maybe have them vote like a 1-2 system.
Ooh, a live voting system to figure out what's the next episode of Odd Shape Panel?
I think so.
Go on.
We'll do that maybe after next caller or something.
After the next caller.
Yes.
Stay tuned. All right. I'm going to take a nap, guys. You guys wake me up when she comes back. Kidding. Oh, yeah, I'll call Billy. Call him Billy. Billy. It's Billy. My songs have not been that impressive tonight. I apologize. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to keep track of everybody. Oh, look, here's Billy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud. What's up?
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going pretty good. I'm feeling very zen right now.
Is it because we like Shazam?
I refuse to believe that. You guys are actually excited about. I mean, that's just. It's a very surreal feeling, but I'm very happy, just because. Also, yeah, the main character's name is Billy, so.
There's that.
I mean, I know that's kind of selfish of me, but if it had to be any DC thing, then I'm glad it's that.
And it's basically another DC Bill off the top of my head, but I can't.
There's really no other hero like with the name Billy. I mean, there's like maybe like a Bill or something, but yeah.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I suppose that counts.
I count it.
Yeah.
All right. Top 3 trailers. Go.
Oh, man. I'm gonna say 3 is God. There was actually a lot of good trailers. Well, first, I think that Warner Brothers just swept the floor because, I mean, yeah, they were the only ones really there, but that doesn't mean they didn't bring it. Shit, I'm trying to think of the trailers. Well, number 2 for sure is Godzilla King of the Monsters. I also love the Godzilla movies, and my favorite Godzilla monster is Jet Jaguar. Because he's just so ridiculous, and he has his own theme song. Like just look it up and just the history of Jet Jaguar, and you're in for a treat. And you know what? Actually, number 3, I know you weren't as psyched about it, but I'm gonna go with Aquaman, just because I actually have to disagree with a lot of points. I think that like everything I hear about it just sounds great, like an action adventure movie that I mean, yeah, you could draw comparisons to Black Panther, but you know what? That's what like the Throne of Atlantis arc is. And
Yeah, no, I was just picking on it because the meme was.
No,
fun.
I know, and the meme is hilarious. I had a good chuckle.
I think it's gonna be all right. I just
Yeah. No, I get it. Jason Momoa is not really like the leading man sort of thing, and I actually really do understand that. I hope that James Wan can pull it off. I think he's an incredible director, and if you look at his track record, like literally, he has every project he has done has either started a franchise or he's been part of a franchise, and I think that's for a very good reason. And yeah, that's my number 3. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Number 1 for me, Shazam, for sure. It looks just so much fun. Zachary Levi is just like he is perfect as the original Captain Marvel, Shazam, and yeah, I really don't know what else to say except that it looks like it's got a lot of heart, man, and that's something that actually all films need is just a lot of heart and
it's
a little bit of fun.
It's like it's magical. It's superhero big. And
that's exactly what it is. It's big with superpowers. And if that doesn't sell you, then I don't know what will.
Yeah, I said the same thing to somebody on Twitter. All right, well, he just listed his top 3. Were there any trailers or anything? We tried to get all of them. Was there anything we missed?
No, you pretty much covered it. Agree. A lot of the Arrowverse shows I really don't care about. I actually disagree about Legends. Legends is so ridiculous and fun, and it's a lot shorter than the others, so I like that.
I like the show because it's short.
No, that's not why. No, it's ridiculous. There's a giant teddy bear that fights a demon at the end of the 3rd season, and it's so yeah. That's
so Tom Zambino hasn't seen Big. Go watch Big, and for God's sake, watch Interview with the Vampire.
I'll watch Interview with the Vampire right after this.
Awesome.
And
then you'll write something
Big is one of
yeah.
Big is like one of my favorite movies as well. So you should do that. Alita looks freaky. I don't know. There's something about her eyes that scares me. I don't care about Walking Dead. I'm very curious about Fantastic Beasts because I agree with pretty much everything you say. I'm actually more on board with Jude Law. There was a little moment in the trailer that I was like, okay, this is actually kind of Dumbledore-like.
It was. I'm with you on that for sure. You're talking about the little moment where he like talks to him and then he like dips out real quick.
Yeah. I mean, Dumbledore would totally do that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited about literally everything about that trailer except for the depth.
Look, I try to separate actors from characters.
No.
And look, say what you will about Johnny Depp's personal life. I really don't care about the guy. He did terrible stuff, but you know what? I'm just going to have to just pray for a good performance, and that's really all we can do.
But separate from that, he hasn't given a good performance in a very long time.
I know. I'm just clinging on to that hope. I'm like, come on, man. Just do it. Otherwise, get out. Just leave. Never to return. You are exiled. And he used to be so good, man. He used to be the best. I mean, he was Edward Scissorhands, for fuck's sake.
He is in some of my favorite movies of all time. You guys know this, but
Ed Wood.
In June, I love Edward Scissorhands. I love a lot of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but
the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, the first one.
Tom has a Jack Sparrow flag tattooed on his chest. Like, definitely, I have
Wait,
loved a lot of his old work, but he hasn't done a good movie in many years.
Get out of here. You're serious about that tattoo?
Yeah. Tom
That's
actually.
awesome.
Yeah, he has a Jack Sparrow flag on his chest.
That's awesome. Yeah, I had no clue. But, yeah, Comic-Con was cool. It was kind of light because there was no Game of Thrones or Marvel, which that disappointed me. But you know what? Still a good year. And it seemed like our buddy Raul had a lot of fun as well, meeting people and making me very, very envious. But yeah,
I wasn't trying to show everybody.
that's
I
awesome.
was trying to show Billy. Trying to give Billy a nip show.
Badass, man.
My first one. All right, Billy. Well, with that being said, anything you want to plug or talk or say?
Yeah, about that DC show, it's just like I really want to do it. We got to work out some scheduling things just to record it because, like, I'm already starting to watch it, and we talked about a potential crossover with somebody else. I'm not going to spoil who, but yeah. And you can
I understand the summer is busy for everybody. So
yeah, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try to work at putting an effort into it because I know I haven't been given the best effort, but I'm not going to get
don't worry about that. And I'm just as guilty. I'm supposed to be recording with Eric Ossemacher, but I've just been so busy that I haven't been able to sit down. So Eric, I didn't forget about you, buddy.
I will
remember your hat.
No, you can find me on Twitter at BBusterBill, and you can find me on Stardust at Billy Goatee Paul. And yeah, just around the odd-shaped panel people, which I upgraded to a $10 tier, so you guys should totally do that as well because it's awesome.
Yes, thank you, Billy.
Yeah, we appreciate you. I just noticed that today when he was looking up for the list, and I'm like, oh man, Billy, dang. So thank you so much.
No problem. Just have a good night, guys.
You too. Talk to you soon.
See you.
He updated to a $10 because we like Shazam. No.
Yeah, right? He's like, finally, I can get behind this. I know, Eric. I just said that.
We sang a song and everything.
We just sang a song. Everyone forget that song.
So I was talking about, topics that we have not discussed on episodes for the show. We are thinking about rehashing some of our old subject matter that a lot of the people in the group might have missed. There's also many more questions we could ask within like really broad subjects like horror and sci-fi. But we have yet to do a comedy episode as well as a drama episode, and those are nice big broad subject matter that can have a lot of different opinions and many answers to questions and many questions. So between comedy and drama, let us know. We're going to do a little poll in the chat here. If you want comedy, go ahead and press 1, and if you want drama, press 2 and send that in the chat, and we will tally them up and choose a winner right here, right now. So 1 for comedy and 2 for drama. And we are going to go ahead and probably, did you have anything you want to discuss before we do another caller?
Yeah. Are waiting for the results to come in. We mentioned our Patreon earlier. You can support us for as little as $1 a month on Patreon and get some cool things. Eric, that doesn't count. And get some cool things along the way. And you can do that by going to patreon.com/oddshapechannel. Find the link on our website at oddshapechannel.com. And we'd also like to bring up that this content is now brought to you by audible.com. And you can get your free electronic book. You listen to it with your ear holes instead of reading it with your eye holes. You find the link down there in the description.
So yeah, just do that Audible thing if you guys really want to help us out. Please. And we appreciate everyone. We are going to get to that Texas episode, but that is going to be the next time that Ashley and Joe make it to town. So no promises about when that will be, but we are working on something like that.
We were also asked about when Westworld 2 Part 2 would be coming out.
That'll be when we can get together with Ashley and Joe, not necessarily in person, but so that we can figure out how to edit it properly. We're going to work on that. Just when I tell you guys that our schedule is hectic now, we don't really even have a day off between our actual jobs and doing this stuff and trying to have like a semblance of a social life. Like, it's nuts. So bear with us.
Well, it looks like comedy took it.
Yeah, I think comedy is a solid winner here. So in 2 weeks, join us for our comedy episode of Odd Shaped Panel.
I'll come up with a clever name.
And if you guys want to send questions, you can do that whenever you feel like it. And that should be a pretty fun, good, jolly old time.
Okay. Let me call Eric.
Eric Hatboy Ossenacher?
Yes.
My Pokemon Go great friend.
Eric, you know what I need?
Email.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's this. No.
I don't know.
I'll just put a link in the chat, and then Eric can click on that. He'll do it while wearing his hat, and that's how we do this. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. I'm sure it will be hilarious, Bill says about the comedy episode. Delicious Dr. Pepper. Sponsor us. Give me Dr. Pepper. I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr. Heat Blister.
That we recommend that book for Ashley and Joe's book club.
Mr. 101. You can check out the book for Ashley and Joe's book club, and you can get that using our link.
Maybe
it's called.
Type it for you in the chat.
It's called something something something. Joe's gonna tell me in a second, but you can find out all the real information on the book at Geek to My Nerds Twitter at geek_my_. Wait, geek_2my_my. Wait,
it's Geek to My Nerd with underscores in between.
Thank you.
Word.
I'm bad at this.
He really is.
I'm just a pretty face of this show.
What happened?
Chrome's just being slow.
Yeah, it's like ridiculously hot here. We're hoping it gets better.
They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch, I'm too much.
You don't know the words.
He's Mr. Green Christmas.
The worst parts of Mr. Freeze flashbacks here.
No, that was Mr.
I know, it's the
opposite guy.
I get it. So
they call him Ice Miser. Whatever he touch. We're trying to connect timelines right now.
Yeah.
Eric's timeline's slipping.
He'll be here. If you guys like Mr. Freeze, though, Mondo put out a really cool 1/6 scale figure of him with like interchangeable heads, and it's like seems fully posable and stuff. It's gorgeous.
And he's holding. Oh yeah, it is Snow Miser. Darn.
Here he comes.
He's holding Lorna. Whoa, where's that? Okay.
They can't see him.
I can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
I mean, I forgot to unmute. I had an F the hat joke because Titans.
Oh no.
Oh well. Anyway,
Dick wouldn't say that.
No, yeah, like I was saying, it's like it's Dick trying to be Jason before Jason is Jason, because I believe they did cast Jason in the show. I believe.
Then why is he still Robin?
Because I don't know. Honestly I don't know. It's apparently it's a very fresh split.
It feels like a fresh wound.
Yeah.
Billy says "fuck Hat Man."
Whoa.
Oh, excuse me. All right. So
I mean, I gotta ask you, elephant in the room. What did you think about the Young Justice trailer?
I mean, obviously it was pretty great, and I feel like, you say it's like a nice little featurette of the previous season. No, it's a nice little featurette on Artemis and Wally. Nobody else has pretty much addressed it all. It's all Artemis and Wally. I'm like, yeah, it's like essentially it's like 2 minutes of, yeah, we know Wally's coming back. Shush.
We know you only watch the show because of Wally here.
yeah, it's like pretty much the best thing I said is like, if we get through this entire season and Wally doesn't come back by the end, I think everybody's gonna have a heart attack.
And then no one's gonna be around to give them new hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, what else? I mean, Shazam. What'd you think?
Shazam looks so good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, we're very excited about that. I don't know if you can tell, but it's real.
and I also feel bad because I haven't actually watched any of the CW trailers. So I tried watching the one for the Flash before this, and like that one looks like the Flash.
Yeah.
We were watching it, and he's like, "The satellite. I didn't stop it by myself. There was another speedster." And Kimber just looks up and she goes, "Another speedster?"
that was okay. That was from the season 4 finale. That was a scene from the season 4 finale. So
to be fair, we have not watched in a while.
Okay.
It was like Savitar stuff when we were watching.
Yeah, that's when we stopped before the reveal that it was evil Barry. And then I was like, evil Barry.
Evil time duplicate Barry from the future.
Too complicated.
Yeah, and season 3 got season 3 got real weird.
Yeah, they do that with CW.
Yeah, usually after season 2, they're like, we don't know what to do. Let's just introduce another CW show and then do this one at the same time to fix that.
All you can hope is that you get lucky and their seasons like get better before they get worse again. With like,
obviously the only show that has unquestionably gotten better from the DC TV stuff is it's Legends. It progressively gets better every season. It's the only one that I can honestly say does that.
But I only checked out that show because Rory from Doctor Who was on it, and I guess he is murdered or dead or something now.
Well, yeah, but he went out taking out a demon, so.
But no Rory, no care.
No Rory, no care.
I mean, I would have felt the same way about, Captain Cold, because he was my favorite of the villain of the characters that went off there. It's like he was my favorite, and he died season 1, so it's like, and the show got better after he left.
And then he came back.
Well, did you ask him what his favorite top 3 things he's looking forward to?
I assumed it was Young Justice and Shazam, but what are your top 3 things you're looking forward to?
I mean, yeah, it is Young Justice and Shazam. It's like, number 3. I was like, it's like
Invaders.
As much as it seems super weird and not right, I still want to see what comes out of Titans. I honestly feel, and I'm gonna be completely honest here. I honestly feel that the trailer it does not actually represent the show.
I feel you guys are going to be doing a downed pilot of that show very shortly.
I mean, they've. Yeah, but but it's like I'm excited. I will be getting the streaming service, obviously. As I need to cover that Young Justice.
I feel like we're gonna have another Inhuman series coming our way. Well, not for Inhumans, obviously, but
yeah. It's like I just go through and I stop referring to all the Titans as their characters and start making things up like Space Felicity.
Meanwhile, fake Jason Todd,
Fakes and Todd and
Fakes and Todd. There you go. It's writing itself.
Yeah. But you guys know what else happened recently?
What's that?
Pokemon Go news.
Oh, go for it. Pokemon, go for it.
I need to make a graphic for Pokemon.
Yeah. So
the Pikachu with the hat. Because that's him.
That hat.
Yeah. So literally about 20 minutes before this aired, Niantic pushed out a news update because in the most recent update, there's this new thing called Lucky Pokemon, which is finally an expansion on trading, where now when you with traded Pokemon, they now become quote unquote lucky Pokemon, which means that the cost of Stardust to power them up is now cut in half, which is accurate to the actual Pokemon games. When you trade a Pokemon, it actually gains experience at a higher rate. So that's actually a nice touch, and it's like they also did a couple of things like now you get experience from sending gifts, which should have been there from the start.
Yeah, that'll help me because I am grinding to try to level up to 31 right now, and I can't even keep up with how many gifts I get. I have like so many active friends playing that game. You included.
Let's see. Zapdos Day happened a couple days ago. Not Zapdos. Yeah, it was Zapdos Day.
Yeah.
I got my slightly more oranger Zapdos on my first raid of the day, which was nice.
Yeah, I didn't get one because I was at work and I don't have friends who will go do the raids with me. Sucks. I'm more interested in these Alolan raids with the Marowak and the Raichu because they are so cute and I want them.
Yeah, and it's like if you already have a shiny Raichu and you catch an Alolan Raichu, you get to see what a shiny Alolan Raichu looks like in the Pokedex. And I hadn't actually seen this before, but it's awesome because it's black.
Oh, that's cool.
It looks real cool. You could probably find a picture on it on Reddit, but it looks real cool.
When is the Eevee event?
The Eevee event is, I want to hold on. Let me look at the calendar here real quick. It is August 11th and 12th. It is both days. Did I freeze? I think I froze.
Well,
our buddy has frozen.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, you froze?
There we go. Okay, yeah. I'm like, I actually just that was the first time I had ever been like, did I freeze? Oh, I think I froze. And then it's like I finally got confirmation. Oh, I did freeze. Because if you notice, I say that a lot. Because like when things happen, it's like, oh, I guess I froze. But apparently I don't. But now this is the first time I did freeze. So what I was saying is, Eevee days actually is both on the 11th and 12th.
Cool.
Because you kind of there's 8 evolutions in total over all the generations. Maybe more if we get more in the next game. Because they've been adding new evolutions every even numbered generation, and the next one's an even numbered generation.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Some of those are really cool.
Yeah, and of course, with all community days, it'll introduce the shiny form of that, which is gonna be a bit of a chore trying to get shiny versions of the original 3 evolutions, because you can only guarantee their evolution once, and the game is 2 years old at this point. We've all already used that trick.
Yeah. For sure.
If they told us, hey, wait, there's gonna be
hey, wait, it's like, yeah, we added this into the game, but wait exactly 2 years before you do it.
For sure.
All right. Well, Eric, besides Down Pilot Podcast, which we need to film a new one of, I know.
Yeah. Yep. I even watched both versions of Awesome Town to get ready.
There's 2. That's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, because they have the what I think it's they got the Fox cut, and they got the cut that they then pitched to like I think like MTV or Comedy Central or something, and they're like wildly different in tone. They only share like a couple of the same sketches between them.
That's interesting. Is
Yeah,
Jack Black in both of them?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Well, besides Downpile Podcast, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Game Fixers channel, where I got my show Is It Rotten, which I do with Mac and Zach and Corey, who has gone on a hiatus, even though he's going to still be in episodes until like October. So he's done with the show for now, but he'll still be in like the next 4 episodes. So you can always catch me on that. I recorded a episode of also on the Game Fixtures. I've got an episode of Gamer Grudge was going to air on August 27th, I believe, and that is the Gamer Grudge Gauntlet, where Mac got like 6 different fighters, and we all went 1-on-1 until the final round. He actually in like the Gamer Grudge season 3 trailer, he actually posted my first round on that, and it was fun. It's like we fought what video game characters to revive, and I fought for Maria Robotnik because why not?
Nice.
Because it's like as they talked about in the trailers, like I just like to go for the left field answers, and if I win, it's like I won with this.
Yeah, some bragging rights.
Yeah,
the Sam method.
That is the Sam method. All right. Well, thank you so much, Eric. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. See ya.
Ahoy.
Bye. Ahoy.
All right. So up next we got Tom Zambino.
Yeah, and speaking of Gamer Grudge and shows of the lot, we do have a new season of fan fiction going currently, and we did an episode yesterday. The lovely Ashley was on it, as well as Molly and Kim Hanley, and they all did awesome. And as with all the other shows thus far this season, I was there, as well as Brian, as a fact-checking / social media team. So if you guys haven't checked that out, you should definitely give it a watch over at the Tuff channel, TUFF. And yeah, we had a great time doing that. And Ashley, like, kicking butt.
Oh, yeah.
Molly, great first-time performance.
Charming.
And Kim did awesome as usual. So.
And they also made an announcement. I feel like we can talk about it because they announced it on the show.
Yeah, go for it.
So last year they tried doing a couples match in which Kimber and I took on Joe and Ashley. But this year it's going to be me and Kimber versus Joe and Ashley versus JTE from Screen Junkies and his lovely partner,
April.
April. Thank you for correcting me. So that should be fun. We don't have a date yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it won't be too much of a madhouse. Speaking
here.
of a madhouse, I mean Roadhouse. Hey Tom, how's it going?
Embrace the madhouse, Tom. Embrace it.
He's just here to pitch you that Les Claypool movie.
We're starting now. I'm good.
Uh-oh.
What's... That was weird.
You froze for a second. I think you're back.
Tom, are you okay?
Are you sure it's not just my shocking stillness?
It could be. I thought you were Dave Bautista for a second.
I stay completely still so no one can see me.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you the same question I gave everybody else. Top 3 trailers from SDCC. Yeah.
I think I only saw 4 of them, so this is not going to be an incredibly comprehensive list. I guess number 3, I'd probably put Godzilla.
Nice.
Because I love the Godzilla franchise. I enjoyed 2014, and this adds all the monsters that I enjoy. But I will stipulate this with while I will probably enjoy this movie, I think there's about a 50-50 shot that this is either going to be a really, really good movie or a complete and utter enjoyable mess.
Yeah. It could be like has the potential to be like complete schlock, but at the same time, I'm a little excited for it to be completely like schlocky.
Yeah, like it could be just a mess of giant monsters fighting each other for 2 hours, which would be amazing, but not the best plot-driven material. So we'll see.
What about number 2?
2, Glass, probably Glass. I'm pretty intrigued by where they're going with this. I I thought it was interesting going from Split, where they kind of went full, on superpowers to, maybe it's all in their heads.
Yeah.
So, kind of curious how that's going to play out. Looks like Glass and uh, James McAvoy's guy, Kevin, are going to team up. So that looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm
And,
excited. I like Grizzled Bruce. He looks cool.
I mean, that's just Bruce Willis in daily life.
He looks cool now. He doesn't look like a buff Mr. Clean, which Mr. Clean was already buff, so it's weird. All right, and then I got to ask, number 1, what is it?
Number 1 was Aquaman.
Really?
Aquaman looked so much fun. It looked cool. Jason Momoa looked like a badass, throwing out one-liners, and that's the kind of action movie I like. This big, freakish, inhuman person just going through, probably wrecking hordes of people like he did on that ship. That's a throwback to the '90s action movies that I love. So I'm really excited for Aquaman.
You don't even need permission to be aboard. You are.
No, do not need permission.
Shazam, though. You didn't like Shazam?
Overall, I think it looked all right, but I'm still having trouble getting past the suit. The suit looks really dumb. It looks really dumb. It looks terrible. Like I'm having trouble getting past it.
Okay, I really like the cape.
It looks like a dumb muscle suit, and I'm trying because it looks like a fun movie and all, but I'm having a hard time getting past it.
Okay, understandable. Well, was there anything that we didn't talk about as far as trailers or anything that you're excited about?
Well, I wanted to continue a theme of what I started last OSP and Chill, because conveniently 3 or 4 hours ago, there was some more casting news on. For folks that are unfamiliar, there's a movie coming out next year that I'm incredibly excited about. It's called Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
And Henry Ford II has been cast. Let me pull the name real quick here. That's Tracy Letts was cast as Henry Ford II. Those unfamiliar like me, I already Googled it for you. Tracy Letts, if you have seen Lady Bird, he was Lady Bird's father. He was also in The Big Short. I have no idea which character he played, but he also apparently is a Tony Award-winning actor and has been starring in a lot of indie films lately. So I'm just going to keep talking about this, keep it on the radar for the next year. Directed and written by James Mangold. Lots of stars in this movie. So don't let the fact that it's a racing-based movie scare you off. The Rush was fantastic, and I think this one's going to be too.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing. He just updated us on that Ferrari movie.
Oh, cool.
They cast Ford.
Nice.
He's some guy.
Oh, some guy. Awesome.
He apparently won Best Tony.
Okay.
That's an apt description.
His name's not Tony. So why don't you tell people where they can find your stuff or you?
Right now you can find me plotting around Lower Michigan, just, living life. You can find me on the internet world at Road Raider 3, and look up my past videos on YouTube at Zed reviews. I might do things later. I might not. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen the rest of this year? But oh, and I'll go ahead and announce that now, Tom. I'm still working on the article for your odd-shaped blog. So far, you haven't told me not to use the name Odd-Shaped Autos, but the first article of that series will actually be written. I'm doing interviews with my friend Curly on his Isuzu Vehicross, which, if you have no idea what that car is, don't Google it yet, because it's weird, fantastic, and the article is going to be really cool. So stay tuned.
Looking forward to it.
Sweet.
Yeah, you can check out our blog. We have a lot of contributors at oddshapechannel.com. And if you're ever interested in writing, just hit me up on Twitter at oddshapechannel.
For sure.
All right, Tom. Well, thank you as always, and I hope you have a great night.
Thanks, guys. You as well. Enjoy the trailers that I'm sure will still be coming.
Yeah,
For
you
sure.
have like 30 to catch up on, so.
I probably won't.
Okay.
Bye, buddy.
All right, so why don't we get into the
Tom
next...
Zambino, keeping it real.
Keeping it 100. Why don't we go into the next section?
Oh, you have a segment before the next callers are Ashley and Joe, and then...
No, you skipped Randall.
I don't think Randall's been around.
Where's Randall?
Ashley and Joe will be next, unless Randall is around. I also see Janine and TJ on the list, but I don't think that they're around either.
I saw Janine. Oh, no, yeah, I saw TJ around.
And then Jonathan Peck. So those are the upcoming callers. Thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate you. And on to the next segment.
Show, there's no business like show business, television shows.
Okay.
Was that good?
Yeah, what's next?
We're talking about TV shows. TV show news. Oh, it's on my phone.
It's now down to 98 degrees here, so that's nice. Oh, Mormo wants to call in, so he would be before Jonathan. Just a reminder, our $5 and up patrons do get the Speed Fast Pass, and they go ahead of people who are not patrons. So if you want to end up on the shorter list, you can become a patron on patreon.com/oddshapedchannel, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And so that's how you do that. And Eric Monroe's on the list too, right?
Eric Monroe is on the list.
Cool. No, Jonathan, you have quite a few people ahead of you. I was just reading off the whole list.
All right. Joss Whedon is doing a show for HBO set in Victoria, London.
Victorian,
England. Victorian England. It's about ladies who have powers. It sounds like Buffy the Vampire Slayer in Victorian England. Can't talk. I'm not excited. It's called The Nevers. You know when I'm going to watch it?
Never.
The Never. American Horror Story announced its multi-season crossover season.
Yeah, it is called American Horror Story Apocalypse, and it is crossing over the first season Murder House with the, I believe, third season, right? Coven? Is that third season?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. And it seems like we're going to be focusing on Tate Langdon's offspring, which that has been the shtick with that child since the very beginning. So it should get interesting, which is Apocalypse could be a thing. I also believe this is the last potential season of American Horror Story, which is a bummer. It's the end of an era. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about that show. I'm a fan. I like some of the seasons that other people don't like. I don't like some of the seasons that are quite popular. But I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's a crossover between two of people's generally favorite seasons of the show. And we've been waiting. They always have like Easter eggs going on throughout all the series, and this time they're going full blown. From what I hear,
because they've always connected in some way. Like the doctor in Asylum also ended up being the person who, Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Knew.
Yeah, they're all
that.
over the place with that, but I'm curious to see what they do with it for sure.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot more like
cohesive and
although we gotta see. Now does this mean the hotel happens later? Because does that mean that what Voodoo Girl?
I don't know. They've been pretty hush hush about it. We haven't seen a trailer yet. We don't even have Jessica Lange confirmed or anything, so we don't know what's going on. But that's that news.
I lost my email.
Asylum is one of the seasons that I hate. That is my least favorite season of all of them. Huge mess. Too many plot lines.
Fly just went in my ear.
I'm sorry. What's the next?
So they're going to be doing a Buffy reboot. Apparently, it has.
I see the fly. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the fly.
This is like a.
It's a little fruit.
A Breaking Bad episode going on.
It's not a reboot. So
no.
I saw Candace talking about this.
There's like some confusion on it.
Slayers are a once in a generation type thing.
But they're calling it Buffy.
I don't know. That's probably just branding.
So I don't know. Yeah. But it's unclear exactly what's going on. But some form of that universe is coming back.
Also, people who are crying about Buffy, the show, getting rebooted need to shut the hell up because we all know that Kirsty Swanson is the original Buffy, so there's that.
And we also know that Clark Gregg's returning to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. X-Men the Animated Series, friends of the show, Eric and Julia Lewald, they just celebrated their 25th birthday at SDCC along with Batman the Animated Series. Two
great shows.
Giant pieces of our childhood. Iron Fist Season 2 villain is Typhoid Mary. Cool. Krypton announces Lobo is coming to the series.
Okay.
That's interesting. I haven't watched Krypton.
That's who Momoa should be playing.
That or Craven Hunter.
Yeah.
More Forever, I agree. Okay, Cartoon Network announced 2 new shows. One's called Victor and Valentino and is about Mexican mythology, and it's like a comedy series.
That's cool.
And then the other one's called Infinity Train, which apparently is just a straight-up mystery.
That sounds fun, too.
And Cartoon Network also announced that they're doing a thing called Crossover Nexus, which will bring 4 characters from different shows together. Garnet from Steven Universe, Raven from Teen Titans Go, Ben 10, and some OKKO, I think I got that right. I don't know what that show was. I haven't had Cartoon Network on. Yeah, and that's all the TV news I have.
Let's get Ashley and Joe in here.
Ashley, Joe, don't you know that I'm calling Ashley and Joe? Oh.
Now we're just waiting.
I'm going to give you guys a flashback of Westworld, Part 1 recap. When did Joe and Ashley show up?
Flashback? What do you mean?
I'm not going to be here. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Bow, bow.
Hello.
Howdy.
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Good. Who you got there, B?
Hey, B.
This no good B.
No good B.
How y'all doing?
She's a good B right now. She's not a no good B.
No,
No good B.
I'm surprised she didn't interrupt fan friction yesterday because she loves me so much.
No,
and I was sitting in the optimal spot for her to be like, hey, what are you doing?
Tib really wanted you to win, though.
She did.
Tib champion.
So, what did you guys want to talk about from all the stuff we've been discussing?
Well, I'm super excited about Voltron Season 7 being 13 episodes. I didn't see anything for it from SDCC, but She-Ra looks amazing.
Yes.
I don't think we saw that.
Yeah, we did. Remember people were complaining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they were like, she doesn't look like the one from my imagination, and it's all these dudes. It's like, you made fun of that show in the 80s. Now you're complaining that it's not for you. It was never for you, bro.
I liked She-Ra in the 80s.
But most boys
I
didn't
know.
know. Everyone's
I
like,
know.
that's so stupid. Why do they have to have a girl character? This is lame. It's like, no, shush.
Just stop it.
Because
We need
she's
Hero
kind
too.
of drawn like more in like a Steven Universe style almost.
Yeah, it's more of like a cutesy animation, which is totally fine. It's not for people our age. It's for kids.
She actually looks like, kind of a young teenager.
And I think that's going to be fun. I can't wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did read the comment section because it was out of control on one of those threads.
Yep.
People suck, man. Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah, not for you.
Yep. Titans looks bad.
Yeah, the vibe I got from the Titans trailer was...
Like
have you ever seen those college... No, it's not College Humor. It's Funny or Die. They make these fake movie trailers like, what if Sofia Coppola directed The Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
It felt like one of those trailers, like a total parody of, let's make something that's supposed to be lighthearted, dark, and gritty.
Yeah, I agree.
What was the other thing? I'm trying to think of all the shows that were announced that I'm like, that okay, Titans was the one that stands out as kind of trash.
What about Godzilla? I thought you were excited about that in the chat.
Yes, we've been watching that trailer like a million times and like crying and talking about all the monsters.
We're in the show section. I didn't want to assume we could talk about movies.
Don't be that way.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, talk.
I know. I'm being funny.
Yeah, like that trailer is so beautiful. Like I think it's gonna start off a new trend of like what classical song can we put into our trailer and make it just like a beautiful little painting.
And it's not the first one to do something like that, but it is the first one to I think pull it off as well as it did.
For sure. I was also interested in what your guys' top 3 things you're excited about were.
For me, it's Glass, Godzilla, and Shazam.
Yeah, fair. I feel like Shazam like has to be in there.
No, not for Tom Bambino.
That guy's excited about Titans, so
yeah, I'm most excited for Shazam, Godzilla, and then like nothing that was announced at like Comic-Con, but I really want to see the second half of the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt final season 4, which is going to be the final season, because it like ends on this. The first half ends on this cliffhanger that was set up in the first episode, and it's like, what's going to happen, and like how are they going to finish off that season? Is it going to be a satisfying end? Because I think they kind of they've already played out a lot of things it could do with the character. So I'm like, I'm sad it's going to go, but like when you got to go, you got to go. You don't want to play out your welcome.
Let me tell you
so
how we finished with the episodes that are left, and we thought that was it.
Yeah.
And we have been so heated this whole time. So like that is such a relief to hear you say that.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a second half. Yeah, I think it comes out in... I don't think it's next. I'd have to go check. I have it in my review because I reviewed it for Screen Mayhem, so it has the release date at the bottom, but I didn't memorize that. But it's coming out next year.
Okay. All right.
I believe.
I feel better.
Because the fourth season, even if it's only the first half we've had, if the third season was as good as the fourth season, then this may not be its last season.
Yeah, because I felt that the third season was pretty weak, but this fourth one has really gotten me intrigued. So
yeah,
some really clever jokes, and they're not holding any punches this season, which is nice.
Oh no. That he uses your grandma's interface.
Non-Comic-Con related news, though, that I'm excited about. The Rat Queen's Neon Static book just came out, which is a Shadowrun kind of like one-off crossover that they may make not so one-off. And a Kickstarter for a role-playing game for The Expanse just started today, as in the Sci-Fi Channel TV series or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Is the Rat Queen's one the one that we saw at Dragon's Lair, and then it looks like you have purchased it?
You mean this one?
Yeah, I did see your post.
No, this is like the first 4 volumes. It's like the first 16 issues of the comic.
Okay.
But the Neon Static is just a little one-off comic thing. I actually was going to say that we have an extra copy that I was considering doing a giveaway with on our channel for.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how yet, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah. And another thing that we've been playing recently that we might figure out a way to stream, because it's I think it's only on Steam right now. I don't think it's on consoles. It's this little, it's like a farming simulation, but it's a darker version called Gleaner Heights. It has a lot of Twin Peaks vibes, like literal allusions to Twin Peaks. It's really cool where you have to like find out people's secrets, and there's like you can either play like the good version, like you do nice things for people, or you can be bad and do really bad things. So
It's cool.
yeah, or probably a mix of both. But
and there's some of the characters are like literally plucked from Twin Peaks. Like there's an FBI agent in town investigating a murder. So
it's really cool.
In other gaming news, there's a Dungeons and Dragons Magic the Gathering crossover they just announced.
Yes, they announced that, like they officially announced it today, like 3 or 4 hours ago, that they're releasing a Ravnica source book, which Ravnica was the setting where it was basically like a planet-sized city that is controlled by these 10 guilds or something like that. So it's a really good setting to do like an adventure role-playing game in. And then they also announced they're releasing an Eberron source book, which was a cool like steampunk / pulp mystery style setting from the 3.5 era.
I love the Warforged. They were one of the cooler races that were introduced in that series.
But the cool thing about it was when it was originally released, it was a contest win. So it was basically a contest, which is the Coast did, to be like, hey, submit a 1-page description of your campaign setting, and you might win the right to get yours published. And that's what happened. That's where Eberron came from. It's got like, there's airships that only function, all the technology in the setting functions because it has elementals bound to it. So it's all just interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's an interesting setting. I like it a lot.
And this is supposed to pave the way for more settings, like hopefully my absolute favorite setting, Dark Sun, which is
from
bleak and depressing. Huh?
From 2.0?
Yeah. Well, they also re-released it in 4th.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't play 4th.
I did a little. But Dark Sun is still an awesome setting, even if the mechanics are crap.
Yeah.
But that's all I can think of gaming news-wise.
Yeah.
There's like still 24 hours if you want to jump in for $250 for a big Cthulhu board game that comes with a Cthulhu as old as
so gross.
As a Cthulhu that's as big as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and it's there. I've never seen Cthulhu Imagine with like all the little like octopus suckers on it. It is disgusting looking. It makes me want to throw up every time Joe shows me the picture of it because he knows I don't like circles.
His back is even worse.
I don't like little circles clustered together. It's so gross.
I'll get you a framed print for your anniversary.
See how it is, Tom? See how it is?
We won't do that for your anniversary.
Kimber's like, that's a no.
But there's that, and I'm trying to think of other gaming related news. I don't think there's a lot. Some cool video games coming out. Spider-Man the Spider-Man for PS4 looks really good. That's all I got. I think that's all I got.
I can't think of any other things for gaming.
Well, I know Joe and Ashley have their thoughts in another place on the interweb.
We do. Like you can find us on the Twitters where I'm at the Spice Must Joe.
And I'm at that _ Miss Davis.
And we have our Geek to My Nerd account with at Geek to My Nerd with spaces or underscores between each one. And you can find us on youtube.com/Geek to My Nerd. We have our book club this upcoming Sunday, our first episode, where we are reading Death's Heretic by James L. Sutter. And I believe if you go to audible.com, whatever the link is that Tom, I'm sure, has in the description of this episode.
It is.
You can sign up and get a free book, and your free book could be the one that we're reading, and then maybe we could have people check in on the show, and it'd be fun.
Or if you would like to read it like an ebook version, there's lots of different apps where you can connect through your local library. Overdrive is one of them, Libby, and then Hoopla. So they will connect you with your local library, and you can check out not just that book if it's available in your library system, but any books that you want to read. So if maybe you can't get to your local library because it's too hot outside, you don't have transportation, you don't want to go interact with people, and you want to read any books, you can download them there. That's a system that libraries have signed up for, like all over the country, so that way you can get access to books.
And also, I think you can get like ebook versions of it too.
Yeah.
Other places, like if you can't use that, for example, it's not in our local library.
Yeah, it wasn't in ours, but there is one I linked to on our Geek to My Nerd Twitter that you can download. I think it's called openlibrary.org. And they had it there for sure.
And then I think you can also, if you wanted to, get it on your Kindle through Amazon for like $6 or less.
Sure. That sounds awesome. So yeah, no excuse is basically what they're telling you guys.
Yes.
And it is a relatively short book. The first one is. It's only about 10 hours. I know that can be a lot in this day and age with everything going on, but relatively speaking, because I had to do I think the first Lord of the Rings and the first Game of Thrones were like 22 plus hours a piece. So that was exciting.
Yeah, when I looked up the book online, it said it was 400 pages, but it's probably not like dense Tolkien-esque writing. So.
Word, and be sure to check out the recap of the first half of the most recent season of Westworld that we did with Ashley and Joe right here on Odd Shape Channel. I'm sure that there are links, or at the very least you can just go on the page and it will be in the recent videos. But we had a really nice discussion about that. We are going to get together soon and try to figure out how to do the second half of that. So yeah, if you like Westworld, please check it out. These guys were awesome, and it was nice to do that show with them. So thank you guys.
Thank you for having us, both that time and this time.
No problem.
Of course. And we hope to see you soon.
Yep.
Of course.
Y'all take it easy.
See you later.
Bye, buddies.
Bye.
All right, just getting a head count of who's still here.
So it looks like we're gonna have Mormo, and then Jonathan Peck, and then Eric Monroe if he's still around.
All right, well, real quick, let's hop into some real affairs. Look at that little guy. It's cute. All right. So we're going to talk about some movie news. That's the kind of reel I wrote. Or fishing reel, I guess.
It's on your phone.
Yeah, not bad. So Steven Universe movie's been announced. That's interesting.
We definitely know people who will be excited about that.
Stan Lee has a cameo in the Teen Titans Go movie.
That's cool.
So that should be fun and out of the box. Stephen King's From a Buick 8 is being turned into a movie.
Don't we literally have that book?
We do.
Yeah.
I like that book. Riot has been revealed in the Venom movie, and apparently they showed some Venom footage. Our buddy Raul was telling us about it. He was in the hall when they showed it, and apparently he said it looked good. James Gunn was fired from the Guardians of the Galaxy thing. We're not going to go into details, but there's a lot of different opinions on it. So you
I don't want to talk about that too much because this is OSP and chill.
Yes.
And that can get very heated. Chill. Yeah.
But you can go form your own opinion. There's plenty of places to find out information on why. So that's it. That's all I have for movie news. Also, Nicolas Cage got cast as Spider-Man Noir, and John Maloney got cast as Peter Porker, the Spider-Ham, in that new Miles Morales Spider-Man movie they're doing.
Cool.
I can't remember what it's called. It's that Spider-Verse stuff.
Into the Spider-Verse, that one?
Yes.
All right, we're going to have Mormo up next.
Mormo, then Eric, then John. Oh, wait. It's horror cash now. I'm going to give you a link, Mormo, to click. Here you go.
Mevis.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Come here. You're sitting just off camera.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mormo.
Hey, I'm glad to talk about SD Comic Con. It turns me into a grouchy old man. I want to just like yell, "Get off my lawn," because I grew up going to Comic Con like in the '90s and stuff. I was born in, I lived in Escondido when I was growing up in elementary school, which is about 40 miles away from San Diego.
Nice.
And so I went to Comic Con many, many times, probably like over 10 times. 2008 was my last Comic Con, and I'll never go back. It's just outrageous to me.
I see that you've prepared a slideshow behind you. Is that from when you went?
No, it's just royalty-free Comic Con images I put together.
Nice.
Yeah, well, you just showed one where it was literally like wall-to-wall people, and that's too much for me. I remember we went to Wizard World, and that was a fun experience because we got to see all of our friends. But the actual con experience, I was like anxiety super high because I couldn't even hear like people next to me.
I
and
live
stuff.
for that shit. I love it. So
Yeah.
what do
Sorry,
you,
go ahead, Kimber.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you most excited about from the trailers and stuff that we've been talking about?
Number 3 is Glass because I really like Split, and I'm a fan of M. Night Shyamalan, and I'm looking forward to that movie pretty much.
Nice. I am too. Kimber, not so much.
And then number 2 is Kevin Smith's Hollyweed.
I didn't see anything for that. Was that announced over this weekend?
I've been getting blasted with ads for it on Facebook, and Kevin Smith is like hitting me up for money to invest in it and stuff. But it looks pretty funny. It's about a weed distributor in Hollywood, and he's running a crowdfunding campaign, and he was in Hall H at Comic-Con.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, and then my number 1 is Lloyd Kaufman from the Trauma booth defending James Gunn live on the Comic-Con floor.
Yeah, everyone's got something to say about the matter.
Yeah, we're trying to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you want to know what our opinions are, then you can write to us personally and we can discuss it. I just don't want to do it on the show because I try to keep it nice and light, you know?
That's cool. For me, it's mostly just I remember going to the Trauma booth in the 90s when I was like 14 and stuff and seeing Lloyd there. So that's kind of why it's my number 1. It's just like, oh, yeah, Lloyd at Comic-Con, you know?
Yeah,
like every year, you know?
Touches base for the roots. I got you. And he's still there, so it's relevant.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Any other movie news or anything you're excited about, or?
I want to go see that Unfriended Dark Web.
Oh yeah.
It's playing at the Alamo, which is about a 40-minute drive from here. And so it's a little gas money to get there, but I can drink when I'm there. I can have a martini or a PBR or whatever.
Nice.
Where did you see the first one?
No, I haven't seen the first one yet.
Okay, I was just curious because I haven't seen it either.
I heard this one's not related to the first one at all. It's like a totally different thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I made a video for Instagram TV. I'm trying to figure out Instagram a little bit. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I've put 3 videos up on Instagram TV, their new app.
Cool.
Yeah, I jumped on there and looked around and was like trying to see what people were doing, but I'm in the same boat. I'm trying to figure out what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you grow on Instagram or how you go viral or anything like that. I got a fan club now, a Mormozine fan club, and they're making videos that are really good. And I think once I upload them to Facebook, they're gonna go viral and get a lot of views.
Awesome. Very cool, buddy.
Then we can bring back red beans.
Yeah, definitely. The one video is kind of in the same vein. It's a music video, like the Bean video.
Nice.
And then the other one is kind of like a real dark with like creepy piano music, and they're really good. It's a mystery to me. I don't know who's making them, but somebody started a fan club for me, and they're making these really rad videos, like really well edited and everything. And
that's cool. I'm glad you're getting a lot of support.
Yeah, and then my horror cash channel is doing pretty well. It got quite a few views, and it's getting views from all over the world, which is really interesting to me. And
yeah, it's always fun to look at your demographic like thing and be like, Sweden. Like,
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think you guys should do more Austin content, like go live out and about and stuff. That's what I'd really like to see.
That's definitely on the itinerary, but right now we're just trying to get ahead on bills. But once things get a little more relaxed and we can afford to go do things, I definitely that's something I wanted to do since before we moved. So
yeah, I want to do a giveaway of like Austin stuff too. Like, there's this really cool comic shop around here called Dragon's Lair, and I've saved some like stickers and stuff from there.
Nice.
So we want to do some Austin stuff for sure. It's definitely on our minds, but it's just busy and hectic, and we're poor, so we're working on it.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, hey, it was great talking to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Of course,
no problem.
man. And we'll see you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Let us know when you go viral. Later, buddy.
And you can check out Mormo's content either by checking out the Mormo Zine channel, which is down our feature channels, or by, if you're in the chat, click on Horror Cache. He's right there. I haven't added him to the feature channels yet. I got to do that. So, and also there's a list of all of our friends over on our website, oddshapechannel.com. Just go to friends. Everybody's there.
The lovely Eric Monroe is next.
Yes.
Just 2 more callers tonight. And thank you guys for sticking with us. For the people who are still around, we appreciate you.
On the link in the chat for you, Eric.
Eating some beans. I
got some red beans here. Eating some beans.
That is an earworm.
I'm just looking at this two screens, eating some beans.
Beans and screens, the Mormo story.
Beans and screens. Oh, I got to work on his book art. I have a Stan Lee shirt on.
Got that from the Stan Lee box. Mormo likes that you're singing the song. What you looking at?
I got a bunch of emails blowing up on me. I'm trying to get them out of here.
Jonathan, you are after
Eric Monroe, and then that will be the show. I miss Steve.
Yeah, we got to get Steve on here. Our buddy Steve is an opera singer.
I was thinking about getting him in for a promo.
Yeah, he's an amazing opera singer. We go to karaoke with him, and he blows people's minds.
He's a firework.
Yeah, Ashley and Joe saw it, actually.
He's got the voice of a Disney prince.
Yeah, Ashley said he sounded like a Disney prince. Super nice guy. I hope Eric's not having technical difficulties.
Oh my God, it worked!
Yay!
Yay! Oh, thank God! That delay stuff was
Jonathan, we got to boot you. We're not ready for you yet.
Oh,
oops. God. I'm sorry. I was confused. I thought I was next. I'm sorry.
You get it.
Go ahead.
I'm just so happy right now. You have no idea. What was that? Anyway, hi. I'm just so happy right now that this is working. I'm not on a delay like the last couple times I called in. Can you hear me?
So what are you excited about?
All right, to be perfectly honest, I did like the Aquaman trailer. I thought it was okay in Justice League, and the trailer does have me not super duper excited, but it has me pretty excited. I think it could be good. I like the cast. Jason Momoa. We'll see with him in a full movie. We'll see as Aquaman. We'll see. I don't know if this was talked about yet because I was in and out. I'm starting to get more and more pumped for the new Halloween that's coming out. At first I was like, oh, it's ignoring the second sequel. Part 2. How can it do that? But as I see more footage and hear more about it, I'm more warming up to it to the point where I'm probably going to see it opening night.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So your top 3 are Aquaman.
Oh, and of course, Mr. Glass. I mean, it's just
Man, it's almost like everyone's excited but you.
That's fine. Everyone.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I loved Split, and I think it's gonna be great.
I liked the first half of Split, and I did not like the second half.
So you didn't like the second half?
Oh no.
You know what? I can say this. I can see what you're saying. I do think the first half's a little stronger, and the second half to what go. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but overall, I did like Split. But yeah, Mr. Glass, and I'm trying to think what else from Comic-Con. I don't know if this was announced at Comic-Con or if you've heard about this. Rugrats is coming back.
Oh,
Live
wow.
action, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a try, I guess. I was a big fan of Rugrats when it was on the air. It was a big part of my growing up in the 90s. In fact, I still watch it on episodes I like from time to time because it's on Hulu right now.
Some recent news that I was going to mention, but I was kind of waiting for you, is that Game of Thrones has officially wrapped filming forever. How does that make you feel?
Sad, but excited for the new season all at once because even though it's just 6 episodes, I mean, if any show can deliver a great ending, I think it is Game of Thrones. I mean, I think we're gonna have mixed reactions. Some people are gonna love it. Some people are gonna say it's the best thing ever. Some people are gonna say, "Oh, I wasted my time watching the show." But I think it's gonna deliver, especially if Stannis comes back.
Stannis.
Could you imagine?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm
just kidding. He's gone on the show. I'm just kidding.
If Stannis comes back, I'm just gonna start bleeding from my ears, and then my head is gonna go.
Oh my god!
And explode.
I would be on Twitter like with exclamation points. Oh my god! Like 100 of them if that actually happened, which it's not. But
you would never leave Twitter again. Actually, if that happened,
I would be like telling everyone I told the world. Me and Ken Epstock, we told the world. But yeah, it makes me sad though because it's the end of this amazing story we've watched. You know what I was thinking about the other day? I wish we knew each other back in like season 2 and season 3 when Stannis was actually on the show because it would have been cool to talk about as it was actually happening back then. But I'm glad we know each other now. And I don't know if you've talked about this. What do you think of the prequel, Age of Heroes? What they chose?
What did they choose exactly?
The age of before the Long Night begins.
So it's way
back.
That's what I heard. So it's like Fools and First Men.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna see, just supposedly. Brand the Builder stuff.
It would not
all that kind
have
of.
been my choice, is what I'm gonna say.
I'm okay with it. I personally thought they were gonna go with Aegon's Conquest,
which they should have.
That's
or
what
because Rebellion.
Or I wanted to see young Stannis, holding Storm's End. That would have been.
Duncan Egg could have been cool.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what that. I don't know if it's going to be how many seasons it's going to be. Ken Napsok was talking. He thinks it would be a good idea to have one season for each thing. Like do the Age of Heroes, then the next season do Aegon's Conquest, do something like that, which is a decent idea. But I don't. This isn't going to go 8 seasons. I don't think the prequel series is going to go 8 seasons. It could be. I mean, it could be fascinating.
On the other hand, it is hard to have like real character development with one season.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Especially if the show with so many characters. That's true.
I think that's why American Horror Story does have some problems sometimes because it's really hard to like have something fully developed over only one season.
Yeah, I said this in the chat. Murder House and Roanoke were my faves.
Roanoke is my favorite. So
those are my top 2. I know you didn't like Asylum. I liked Asylum, but those are my top 2.
Yeah, Tom likes
I liked Asylum, but I also really liked Hotel. So
I was half and half of Hotel. I liked it better than Freak Show. I was not Freak Show for me was wasted potential.
I love Lady Gaga, so I'm extremely happy.
Oh, she's extremely talented. I can understand why. She's very talented. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else happening at Comic-Con? No, I think that's about it. Aquaman I have to say, is probably my number 1.
Yeah, I hope it's good. It just.
But I mean, Yeah, I loved Wonder Woman. I know you and Kimber didn't love it the way I did.
No.
So, I'm hopeful I'll like it. Not maybe as much as Wonder Woman, but then I'll be like, oh, it was good. I liked it a lot. Not that, oh, it was such a letdown. Like, I thought Batman vs Superman was.
See, here's like I saw the footage of Black Manta, and I'm like, okay, cool, but they better give me like a really thought out character behind another gray thing on screen shooting laser beams, because what they
that was my problem with Justice League.
Yeah,
that was my problem with that.
Here's the way you give a compliment when you're not interested in the movie, but someone you like is. You go, Eric, I really hope that you love Aquaman.
That's very well put. I gotcha.
You should have like a
very well put
fan fiction manners.
Very well put. I have to watch. I actually watched the latest episode. I had my sister's baby shower, but I have to watch it. I heard it was really good. Sunday show.
Episode of Fan Friction?
Fan Friction, yeah.
Yes, it was. Everybody
check it out.
For sure. And Molly is super charming. We've never got
her first fight.
Yeah, we never got to see her even on screen. So it was she has a bit of like a Catherine Tate vibe to her. I really liked her.
That's cool. That's cool. I will definitely check it out. Yes, I'm glad my internet's back to working, because I missed the back and forth when I give an answer and you guys agree or disagree or like it or hate it, and you hit me back and I go back and forth. That's what I like. So it was killing me with that delay stuff.
Yeah, and we missed you, so it's nice because it was like really hard to do the conversation the way.
I know. It's not the same when it's on a delay like that. I was glad you could see me though.
You can't appreciate our chemistry.
Exactly.
It's how she doesn't know if she would have won Philadelphia Fan Friction if you weren't in the
without me.
That's why I need to go to the wedding, cheering us.
I've been saying, I've been saying to myself, like, I need to take a damn vacation because I've been so damn busy, and I'm like, maybe I should just go to Texas.
Yeah.
With Tom and Kimber. I was thinking, like, maybe just get a ticket and go to just hang with Tom and Kimber in Texas. I was thinking about that.
You are 100% more than welcome.
This is a bed.
This is a bed.
I believe I can sleep on the floor, to be honest. But that's even nicer.
But yeah, if you get serious about that, please let us know.
Yeah, for real. Breaking news. Eric Gossemacher's back. He says,
Eric.
I said earlier, I totally forgot about the Steven Universe movie teaser. That's my number one. Okay, bye. But
still has a very cool room.
Yes.
He does have a cool room.
It's lovely speaking to you.
It was great. I'm glad my internet thing is back to working. So I will. Oh, do you have a date for the part 2 of the Westworld recap show?
We do not yet, but as soon as we do, you will be the first.
Because I was very upset. I had to. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was very upset. I had to miss part 1, but I did watch it. It was great.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, and we are going to get on that. We have to figure out scheduling and stuff with Ashley and Joe. But
I have thoughts on episode 9.
Yes,
we all do.
We would
thoughts
love
on
to have
episode
you
9.
join us too.
And I'm so happy. And one last thing, I am so happy you like William, Tom. I really thought you guys hated him.
No.
I was worried that he was going to be like a Stannis fan. Oh, they probably hate William, blah, blah, blah.
Look.
And when you said you liked him, I was so happy. I'm like, yes.
Here's the difference between Stannis and William. Personality.
He gives me Stannis vibes.
He definitely has some Stannis arrogance about him, but he also has other factors that make him interesting.
Don't be mean to Stannis.
Look,
Stannis has a lot of factors for me to make him interesting. I could name them, but we would go all night. But I understand. I'm just glad you like William and we're on the same page with Westworld. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, real quick, how is the production value of Westworld Part 1? Because I was trying to be JTE the entire time.
I liked it. No, it was fine. I was able to watch and understand everything. It was good. I wouldn't worry that. I mean, it was fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna put as the testimonial. It was fine. Okay.
It was fine. Don't worry.
Eric, where can people find you?
You can always find me on Twitter at mmkoch. That is Koch, not Coach or Cooch. 200. And you can let me know what you think. Follow me. Even if you hate Stannis, you can let me know. I love the debate.
Okay, well, people might take you up on that. Have a great night.
Bye. Good talking to you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
He's the nicest guy.
Yeah, he is. All right.
He has to come to the wedding.
It's the time Jonathan Peck has been waiting for.
We can't get married unless Eric is there.
If Eric can't make it, we have to move the date. It's going to be very expensive.
But worth it.
All right, Jonathan, I sent you an invite.
Well, know that Eric was my lucky charm if I lose the belt on Fran Friction this season.
Oh, no. We'll just have a separate video feed of Eric cheering you on.
I need it. It was so earnest, his eyes. I wish there was a camera on him.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, hi. What's up?
Welcome.
Thank you.
John.
I changed it. New, got my same laptop, new area, this time in my room with a different view.
Well, I'm glad you finally got out of your sister's room.
Yeah. Like 2 weeks ago.
I want to know, Jonathan, what's your top 3 trailers?
Pretty same trailers. I put a little different in order. My number 3 is Glass by M. Night Shyamalan. And the one thing, and that's the reason I put Glass in number 3, though, because it really, which I got to be having a little confession to both of you, and it's going to shock some people that I never saw Unbreakable and Split. And
you have a lot of catching up.
Yes. Yeah. And this one made me want to watch both of them in the same time, though. It's not because I wasn't interested at the time. I'll just never watch many M. Night films, excluding 2, though.
Okay. Well, what's your number 2 trailer?
Number 2 is the Shazam trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And as soon as I heard that Zachary Levi is going to play Shazam, I felt like I could see that play Chuck Krasinski as Shazam herself. This legit is perfect. It's basically big with a costume.
Yeah. It definitely get that vibe.
Yeah.
And what do you got for number 1?
Hold on. Let me show you myself. I'll show you my number 1 is.
Oh, he's got props. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, snap!
Yep, King of the Monsters, Godzilla himself. As someone who's actually is the bigger fan of 2014's Godzilla that a lot of people actually get it credit for, though, I'm very excited because I saw a lot of trailer 1,000 times of it. And the reason why rarely I watch 1,000 times, because the trailer itself, it really showed the beauty and majestic of things of it here. And the message around the trailer is, we're causing our own destruction. We're causing facing our own virus around the earth, though. And that's the reason why the monsters brought up. It's like, we're not here to save you. We're here to just protect the planet. I don't care if you're going to die or not. We're just trying to protect it the best we could.
Yeah, I really like that aspect of the movie. It's like if Captain America didn't care about people. They're there to exist to make the earth. And that's really important.
Yeah. And I look around social media that a lot of people were surprised, and ranking that trailer is the number 1 fair around Comic-Con. So, and I won't disagree with them one bit.
No, I was surprised how many monsters were actually in the film. I was expecting 1 or maybe 2, but this looks like I like the color palette they're using too. I like the blues and the purples. It doesn't look as dark as the 2014 one, where they use
the 2014 looks kind of like more like I'm not saying found footage one, but sort of like a more grainier than right here.
Yeah.
And so compared to this one right here, it just feels like maybe a little more natural along with that one though.
And I like that they're following a little kid, because you're like all of the old Japanese monster movies always focused around the little kid, and then that little kid would get a relationship with the monster some way, and it's better than I don't know. I like that it's Millie from Stranger Things too.
Yeah, yeah, and basically her parents are Coach Taylor and keep getting her character from The Conjuring. That's what one of Kick-Ass family along with that. So yeah, and I'm very interested to see Mike Dougherty, the director of the film behind Trick or Treat, which I got Sam Dahl right here.
Oh yeah, he did
And
Krampus too, right?
yeah, he did that.
I love that movie.
Yeah, and very respected cult director, and I'm very curious to see how his take on it to do King of the Monsters all over it to set up King Kong versus Godzilla.
I didn't even put that together. Krampus is like legit one of my favorite movies. I didn't even put that he's the one doing this one. That's awesome.
Yeah, and if you wouldn't want to fall on like Gareth Edwards along with it, he's a very good replacement that could follow that up, that template along with that though. Even though the last two films he did, they're small budgets, you can feel the scope along with those right here.
Oh yeah.
And it's from the same production company by Legendary Pictures, so it makes sense that they wanted him to direct King of the Monsters though.
Yeah, I mean it looks fantastic. There's a lot of fantastic beasts.
See what you did there.
Was there any other movie news we may have missed, or?
I'm gonna stick with the superhero casting. I'm gonna put actually 3 castings into one movie. It's been going on the last 3 days. Joker actually, for the Joker film actually.
Yeah.
One casting is actually sort of surprised me. Zazie Beetz in the Joker movie. That's a little surprising.
They haven't confirmed her playing, right?
She might be playing a pregnant mom. Around so Joaquin Phoenix's Joker character along with that. So that's why I heard along with that. And
yeah, I also heard Frances McElroy might do the mother part.
Yeah, she is also from American Horror Story, right?
Yes.
I keep forgetting which one though. Like I keep forgetting what it was.
She's the older version of the maid from season 1. She's the Angel of Death in Asylum. She's in a bunch of them.
Yeah, I haven't watched this in a very long time, so I kind of forgot what she was. And you got Robert De Niro in a comic book movie. How much better are you gonna get that?
So I don't know. This could be interesting. I know that this is like how they're gonna do their worlds of DC. This is separated from
Elseworld story along with it. That's like the reason I'm legit fascinated about the Joker film itself. Is you can do legit whatever you want with the character along with it. And the fascinating thing, it's a one and done. Like even you might mess it up, it's just a one and done, and no one will care if you messed it up along with that. And it's also the film might be very interesting to see like Todd Phillips to direct this movie along with it. When you think of Todd Phillips, you basically know Hangover, Old School, Road Trip, all these comedies right here. It might be very interesting for him to do this darker movie along with it he's known for.
So I'm gonna take a second to see if I can blow Kimber's mind.
Yeah.
You know who's directing Godzilla?
Who?
Krampus.
Oh, cool.
Trick or Treat, and also this.
Yeah, I'm definitely a bigger fan of Krampus, but we love Krampus.
So, all right, Jonathan. Well, if those were the main topics you wanted to focus on,
I want to get 2 things out of the way first. I want to talk about one TV trail that you didn't mention along with it. I just want to give it an honorable mention. The Clone Wars is coming back.
Oh, I forgot to write that down. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah, the Clone Wars is back. I never thought they'd actually do it, and the Clone Wars is going to be back.
That's
Can't wait. Yeah.
What's the other one?
One, it's not a little sad news. I just want to give it a mention that a few days ago, just want to say R.I.P. Josh Knapp. R.I.P.
I did actually tell Tom to write that down, but it was like a lot of news. That definitely hit our community hard. A lot of people knew him from Collider
in a lot of different ways.
Metalocalypse is a show that,
and the documentary, The Death of Superman Lives. What happened though? It's a great documentary if you hadn't seen it. Along with it, it's a very good documentary. Along with that.
Yeah, and if you didn't hear that, that was Superman Lives. You can or Death of Superman Lives.
It's called The Death of Superman Lives. What happened though?
Right, and you can look for that online. But Joe's not excited about Clone Wars. I don't know. I'm excited that Ahsoka's back. That's my main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That definitely was hard hitting on the community, but everyone seemed to come together pretty well and remember them.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, John. Well, I'd like to thank you for stopping by. And where can people find you if they want to say hi?
Oh, you can find me around social media around at jpad1098 around Twitter, on Instagram, and etc. So I'll say that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, and I'm sure we will see you next time.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, and that's a wrap on this episode of OSP and Chill. We'd like to thank everybody for stopping by, including the 7 viewers who are still sticking around and watching us. We appreciate you.
And the people who are going to watch this when it's not live.
You're not going to do it.
Thank you.
Analytics says they get a minute in. It's that catchy song, and then the catchy song goes away and they're out. We love you for staying for 5 minutes. We really appreciate all your support as always. We're going to try to get some more content to you. It's just summer's busy, but we got some cool podcasts in the works. Again, this episode is sponsored by Audible. If you want to help us out and get something free in return, you can use the link down below. It's audibletrial.com/oddshapechannel, and you can get a free ebook. Listen to that. Tell us to listen to that. Maybe we'll talk about it. You heard Joe and Ashley have a book club that they're working on. Knowledge is power. G.I. Joe. You have anything you want to say?
Yeah, just be sure to check out all of our friends' awesome content as well. A lot of people in the group here do a lot of amazing things. Kingslayer Network, lots of Let's Plays, Horror Cache, all kinds of stuff. Ashley and Joe at Geek to My Nerd, again, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, literally, if you go to our website and look at friends, it's like a little bit of everything. Gaming, like you can go and find exactly what you need through our community.
And of course, like all those people who weren't able to make it tonight, Purple Dawn, Raul is doing stuff with Brinton, right?
Oh, entertainment. Oh, we're doing plugs. I was just talking about Raul.
No.
Yeah, he does. I don't know if it's called Entertainment.
The Monday Show?
No,
He changed it.
It's like the guest show. I don't remember, but it's on our website.
But yeah, check out everybody's stuff, and thank you guys so much as always, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for our comedy episode.
For real. Yeah, I'm excited. It should be a real tickler.
All right, guys, we're out of here for tonight.